I'm David Kurt. I'm a broker of record and founder of Lake City Realty. I decided I wanted to be in real estate very early on. I remember playing Monopoly as a kid, the board game, and I was always a very hyper-competitive kid in the Monopoly games. But even beyond that as well, like going through my commerce degree was a big idea to have a job at the end of it. And I was so proud that I had a job before I graduated. But little did I know that having a job and actually liking your job were completely different things. And I remember showing up to my job, and it was so important to have that job, but it was not a fun position. I didn't like what I was doing, and I realized that every day was a struggle for me. And that's something I learned very early on in life, is that you want to do something that you're passionate about and you love. And if you could figure out what that is, you've got your whole life ahead of it, and it's going to be an easy ride. And for me, my dad was already a real estate agent, so joining him in the family business was a no-brainer. But I was able to realize that what I was doing every single day for the year that I graduated university was not something I was passionate about, and was a struggle. That let me realize how advantageous it was and how amazing it was when I could be doing something that just came super easy to me, like real estate. Even us as being focused on community outlook and a small real estate company in the city, like I'm a small business owner myself. I know what it's like, and I know what we rely upon. It's these businesses that my friends are running as well that are the heart and soul of a community. And it's those people that are sponsoring the soccer teams and the hockey teams, and those people that are actually the backbone of the community that we live in. So the idea, especially during hard times and COVID, it kind of made a lot of people realize how difficult life is on a day-to-day basis. The idea that we can be there and support each other and help each other throughout and make each other rise together is something that we can really try to focus on and help us move forward. The job is really tough sometimes. And I always try to have the best version of myself with my clients and my agents in my office. So I've got an amazing family support and a wife that's a rock at home that I can really rely on, and she can see the tough side of me, and I can let her know about my tough days, and that's where I'm able to kind of relax and unwind and be myself at the end of a stressful day. Finding balance with 3 kids at home and my wife, and running a real estate business, running an investment side of my business as well, kind of thing, is not easy. It's probably the most difficult part of my job. And I want to be, to me, being an amazing dad and role model is first and foremost. So being there for my kids' hockey practices and being there, being a soccer coach and being a baseball coach, that's been a big part of who I am. And honestly, it is very difficult. You try to live every day in the moment as best as you can. Sometimes your phone's blowing up and you just deal with it like a little bit, and I feel like I'm being a part-time dad, and that's that part that hurts me the most. But you know what, every day is a fresh start, and you have that blank canvas to start again. So I don't really have a personal mantra, but I really try to live life that's true to my personal values. And one of my strongest personal values is always tell the truth. You know, be truth to yourself and then be truth to others. And like I tell people all the time at a real estate table that I'm never going to be afraid to have the hard conversation with them, because I'd much rather have the hard conversation today than in 6 weeks or 6 months from now. So that's one of the things that I believe in. And I also believe that with my team as well and those people around me, because I want to lead people. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I want to be honest and upfront, and I want to tell people what I truly believe in things. And at the same time as well, I'm always trying to reposition and I'm trying to lead this real estate industry away from what I feel are archaic times. And how I'm trying to do that is by being creative, thinking outside the box, and really being adding a fresh layer of fun in this business. And I'll never forget the story. It was my graphic designer who created our logo, and amazing people over at Design to Plume. But when I created Team Kurt first, I was 4 years in the business. I drove a Mercedes because that's what I thought I had to drive when you got me in this business. And I'm like, I want to be suit and tie, black jackets, white t-shirts, and look super official. And she's like, you sure, Dave? Because that's not really you, and that's not really your personality. I said, no, this is what I need to be. And in my mind, that's what I needed to be successful. So when I actually went to create Lake City, I went back to that same graphic designer and I said, I want to be the anti-realtor. I want to be fun. I want to be colorful. I want to be true to who I am inside. And I think that we've done a great job of that with Lake City Realty. And we hope that we're able to show that to our clients. Your first day on the job, you have to realize what's important to you personally, where you are right now, where you want to be, but then also start tracking. Like the ability that if I had a time machine, I'd go back to my day one in real estate business, I'd be saying, make good list of everybody you're dealing with, make list of what made that person tick, what made that person so impressionable, or how you were able to really create a lasting impact on that person. And that's the kind of information that you want to keep drawing on as best as you can. So really detailed with every conversation you have with people. And then again, the idea of just really trying to be true to whatever your personal values are. That should be the number one thing that drives you. I'm so proud of the boutique real estate company, Lake City Realty. And the reason I'm so proud of it is it's living, our company is living that personal mantra that I believe in, of thinking outside the box and continuing to redefine real estate. And I think we do an amazing job at that we were the first company in Sudbury that used full-time a photographer for every listing. Then we were the first company in Sudbury that used staging complementary with all of our listings. And we just continue to redefine our industry and redefine the ball with what real estate is in Sudbury. And I'm super proud of the team we have around us, and that's the service that we continue to offer to our clients. Lake City Real Estate in 10 years from now, we've created a different bar in the eyes of the clients, our clients, and the consumer's expectation of what a realtor should be doing in Sudbury. Right now, the idea of that we're just putting a listing on MLS, that's 10 years ago. And where we're going to be 10 years in the future is that the expectations of what a realtor is going to provide for that client or that customer is beyond even what I can think about right now. So it's often on my mind of how can I leave Sudbury in a better place. And I think that it goes back to, I lost my mom over a decade ago now, but she always said, it's your job to be a better parent than she was before her. And I live that idea with my kids all the time, where I want them to have a better life than I had, and how can I position that? And that's how I think about real estate as well, where I got into this business when there was a certain level of service around me, there was a certain level of what we were tying ourselves to the community and how we were a community activist as well as a sales representative. And if I can continue to up that level of bar and continue to give back, then we're going to be really known an exceptional well for what we've been able to do in this community and with our clients and just with the community in general in the future.